Life often feels like a river moving quickly, carrying us from one task to the next. From the moment we wake up, there are messages to answer, things to prepare, and responsibilities waiting for us. Many people feel that there is no space to pause, that they are always running to keep up with time. Yet even in the middle of a full schedule, it is possible to find a sense of calm. It does not need to be long, and it does not require special tools. What it asks from us is a gentle awareness of what is already here. When we notice the pressure of a busy day, we can first recognize it honestly. To say to ourselves, "Yes, this day is full." This simple acknowledgement softens the tension. We do not fight against the busyness, and we do not pretend it is not there. We simply see it for what it is. This clear seeing itself can bring a little relief, like opening a window in a crowded room. In such moments, calm does not mean escaping from life. It means being present with life as it is, without being pushed away by its speed. Even while walking to the next place, or waiting for a call to begin, there is a chance to rest inside. Calmness is not something outside to be found. It is already within, waiting to be noticed. When we allow this inner calm to rise, the day feels lighter. Tasks may still be many, but they no longer control our hearts in the same way. We discover that peace is not at the end of the day, but right in the middle of it. In the middle of a busy day, the body is always with us. Even when the mind is rushing through plans and worries, the body continues its simple work. One of the most natural ways to return to calm is to notice the breath. It is always there, steady and close, like a quiet companion. We do not need to change it or force it. Simply noticing that we are breathing is enough to create a small space of stillness. When the day feels crowded, just taking a gentle moment to feel one breath can make a difference. Breathing in, we can feel the air entering the body. Breathing out, we can feel the body letting go. Even this short awareness can help to bring us back from the fast flow of thoughts into the living present. It may last only a few seconds, yet in those seconds the world feels less heavy. The breath connects us to life in a direct way. It does not belong to the past or the future. It is always here, moving in and out, reminding us that life itself is happening now. By noticing this, we remember that stillness is not far away. It is right within each breath, waiting to be seen. Some people believe they must wait for the perfect time to be quiet, but the breath shows us another way. Stillness is not at the end of our duties. It can be found while we are in the middle of them. Even one calm breath, while standing in line, or before opening a message, can open the door to a more peaceful day. Modern life often tells us that speed is strength. We measure ourselves by how much we can finish, how quickly we can respond, how many tasks we can hold at once. Yet, if we move too quickly for too long, we lose sight of the depth of each moment. Slowing down, even for a brief pause, allows us to return to a more natural rhythm of living. It is like placing a stone gently into the rushing water, creating a calm circle on the surface. Slowing down does not mean abandoning our work. It is not laziness, and it does not mean refusing responsibility. It means giving ourselves a chance to touch life more directly. For example, when drinking tea or coffee, instead of rushing to finish, we can notice its warmth, its taste, and the simple comfort it brings. The action may take the same time, but when we are present, it feels richer and more alive. Even a few seconds of slower rhythm can change the way the whole day feels. When we take a moment to pause before answering a phone call, we may feel less pulled by stress. When we walk a little slower between tasks, our body feels less tense. In these small ways, we remind ourselves that life is not only about finishing quickly. It is also about living fully. The value of slowing down is not in the length of time, but in the quality of presence it brings. Just one gentle pause can open the heart and lighten the load of the day. By choosing to slow down for even a moment, we discover that life has more space than we first believed. Our days are filled with small and ordinary actions. We wash our hands, prepare food, write a message, or walk through a doorway. Because these tasks are so familiar, we often pass through them without noticing. Our minds are already on the next thing, or remembering what has just happened. Yet each of these ordinary actions can become a doorway to living more fully. When we give our attention to a simple act, it begins to shine with meaning. Washing the hands, we can feel the coolness or warmth of the water, the touch of the skin, the freshness that follows. Preparing food, we can notice its colors, its scents, and the care that brings nourishment to the body. Walking from one room to another, we can sense the movement of our steps, the shift of light as we enter a new space. These small moments, when truly seen, become rich with life. Living fully does not require us to add anything special. It asks us only to meet what is already present with open eyes and open heart. By doing so, even the most ordinary action becomes alive. A single breath of awareness while stirring a pot of soup can give the same depth of meaning as a long journey. Many people search for extraordinary experiences to feel alive, yet the simple truth is that life itself, in its ordinary form, already carries a quiet beauty. When we are present for it, nothing is too small to matter. Each action, however simple, holds the possibility of wonder. By living fully in the ordinary, we discover that the whole day becomes a path of presence and meaning. A day often feels like an ocean of duties, with waves of messages, meetings, and responsibilities. In such a sea, it is important to find small islands of peace where we can rest, even for a short time. These islands are not places we must travel to. They can be created in the middle of our ordinary day, whenever we allow a gentle pause. An island of peace might be found while waiting for the kettle to boil, when we simply notice the quiet around us. It might appear when we look out of a window for a moment, seeing the sky, a tree, or the movement of clouds. It can be there when we take a few steps without rushing, simply letting the body move naturally. These moments do not stop the flow of life, but they give us a place to breathe within it. When we create such spaces, even small ones, the day feels less heavy. They remind us that peace does not depend on finishing everything first. It can be touched while things are still undone. In fact, these pauses often give us more energy and clarity to return to our duties with a lighter heart. The beauty of these small islands is that they belong to no one but us. They are always available, hidden in plain sight, waiting for us to notice. When we allow ourselves to rest on them, even briefly, we realize that the day holds more kindness than we expected. In the middle of the busy ocean, these small islands remind us that calm is never far away. Often, when we are busy, our attention is divided. Part of us is doing one thing, while another part is already planning the next. In this way, we only half listen to what is happening around us and within us. To listen deeply means to give our full presence to what is here now, without rushing ahead or turning away. This kind of listening brings a quiet clarity, even in the middle of noise. Deep listening can be practiced with the world outside us. When someone speaks, instead of preparing our reply, we can simply receive their words, their tone, and the feeling behind them. In this way, even an ordinary conversation becomes more human and alive. We may notice things we usually miss, such as the softness in a voice or the pause before an answer. By truly listening, we honor not only the other person, but also the moment itself. It can also be practiced inwardly. Our own feelings and thoughts often rise like voices calling for attention. Instead of pushing them away or becoming lost in them, we can pause and gently listen. We may notice that a worry is asking for care, or that a joy is quietly present beneath the surface. When we listen deeply, we do not judge or fight. We simply allow what is here to show itself. This listening is not about solving everything. It is about being present with honesty and kindness. Even in a full day, taking time to listen deeply makes the moment feel wider, as if more space has opened around us. Life continues with its speed, but within us there is a stillness that listens. Many of our struggles with busyness come from our relationship with time. We often feel that there is not enough of it, or that it moves too quickly. We wish for more hours in the day, or we regret how much has already passed. This resistance makes us feel heavier, as if we are fighting against the very flow of life. Yet time itself is not an enemy. It simply moves, moment by moment, just as it always has. When we learn to accept time as it is, something softens inside us. Instead of asking time to be different, we allow it to be what it already is. A minute is a minute, an hour is an hour. Nothing we do can stretch or shorten them. But what we can change is how we live within those minutes and hours. When we are present, even a short time can feel full. When we are distracted, even a long time feels empty. Accepting time does not mean giving up our plans or duties. It means working with them without resentment. For example, when we have only a few minutes before the next task, we can choose to be fully there, rather than wishing for more. When we look back at the past, instead of regret, we can recognize that those moments shaped who we are now. By accepting time, we stop wasting energy in the struggle against it. This frees us to live more openly. The day may still be busy, but we no longer carry the extra weight of wishing it were different. Time becomes not a burden, but simply the stage on which our life unfolds. Each day asks much from us. There are tasks to complete, people to support, and responsibilities that cannot be avoided. At the same time, there is also a part of us that longs for quiet, for a place inside that feels steady and unshaken. The art of balance is learning how to care for both, the world outside that needs our effort, and the world inside that needs our gentleness. Outer duties are important. They give shape to our lives and connect us with others. But if we give all of our energy only to the outside, we become tired and sometimes lose ourselves in the process. Inner quiet, on the other hand, gives strength to the heart. It allows us to return to our duties with freshness rather than exhaustion. These two are not enemies. They support each other. Balancing them does not require large changes. It can be as simple as allowing a short pause before starting the next task, or noticing one calm breath before speaking. These moments of inner quiet are like drops of water that refresh the soil. They make it possible for our outer duties to grow in a healthier way. Sometimes people think they must choose between quiet and responsibility. But true balance shows us that we do not need to abandon one for the other. We can answer a phone call with a calm heart. We can walk into a meeting carrying a small sense of steadiness within. In this way, outer life and inner life are not separate paths. They are two sides of the same journey, and each supports the other. At times, life feels like it never pauses. One task follows another, and even our rest is filled with noise and distraction. It can seem as if there is no room left for peace. Yet even in the middle of constant activity, there is space to be found. This space is not outside of us. It is within, waiting quietly for our attention. We may discover it in small cracks between duties. For example, when one task is finished and the next has not yet begun, there is often a brief opening. Instead of rushing immediately forward, we can rest for just a moment in that opening. We may also find space while walking, when the steps create a rhythm that does not demand more than simple presence. These moments may be short, but they are wide enough for peace to enter. The key is not to look for a perfect silence outside, but to notice the gentle space already here. Even while surrounded by noise, there can be quiet inside. Even while busy with work, there can be a sense of freedom within. This discovery changes how we move through the day. We realize that activity itself does not remove peace. It is our forgetting that does. When we learn to notice the space within activity, we carry it with us everywhere. It is not something fragile that disappears when life becomes busy. It is a living presence that walks with us, sits with us, and breathes with us. In this way, even a crowded day can feel open. The outer world may be full, but inside, there is always a spacious sky. As we come to the end of these reflections, I would like to return to the simple truth that calm and clarity are never far away. They are not rewards waiting at the end of a perfect day, but companions already here, within each step, each breath, and each small pause we allow. Life will always bring responsibilities and movement, but within that movement, there is also a quiet rhythm that supports us. When we notice it, we begin to live with more ease, more presence, and a deeper sense of connection with the world around us. The busyness of life does not have to be our enemy. It can become our teacher, showing us how to return to what is essential. In the middle of activity, we learn that peace is not something separate, but something we can carry with us, gently and steadily. Even one small moment of openness in a crowded day has the power to remind us of who we truly are. Before closing, I would like to offer my heartfelt gratitude to you. Your kind support through likes, through subscribing to this channel, through leaving thoughtful comments, and through the generosity of super thanks and membership means more than I can fully express. Each of these gestures helps this space of reflection to continue and to reach others who may also be searching for calm in their own lives. Thank you for sharing your time and attention with me. May these words serve you in the days ahead, and may you always find moments of peace, even in the busiest of times.